Hey, this is ASpengler, and this is episode 15 of building the Cologne Cathedral in Lego. Last week we were working on these columns on the inside of the cathedral. Also, aside from that, we began working on the flying buttresses for this more middle of the cathedral. Got kind of the prototype ones started. Also started building some more of the stained glass that will go on the windows on this layer right here. So most of the time was taken up by these columns. Again, they're not going to be accurate to the actual building. They're there mainly just for structural purposes, and I guess they do represent the columns that were in the cathedral, but they are not accurate to the actual columns, and I don't think I'm going to adjust them to be accurate, just because I'm not expecting a lot of people to be looking into the center or the inside of the cathedral. If anybody does look inside, I want it to look somewhat finished, but it's definitely not going to be very detailed, and it's going to be very basic. So I'm going to leave the columns as they are, and as structural, they are very sturdy and they serve their purpose very well. So probably won't change anything with these. I'll basically take the model of this column and add it to the other sections of the building. As you can see over here, at the front of the building, we also have those columns built as well. The sections that go in these areas here and the other side over there, which are the side entrances of the building, those still need columns built for them, but I will wait on those. As far as what's going to be happening in this segment, since we have the prototype buttress made already, we will be putting in the rest of the buttresses. We'll start on this side and then go to this side. We should be able to get both of them done this segment. I want to at least, shouldn't be too bad, just getting these pillars done. They should go pretty fast, and then after that I'll try to get some of the window frames in. Again, there's also somewhat of a roofing in here, so we'll try to get some of that done as well. But we'll mainly just make sure we get those buttresses done and then start on the window frames. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the roof that's there yet, and then that'll bring us up to a good section here. We should be at about this height then, and then basically after that there's only the roof that goes up above that layer. So this section is almost done, so making good progress on this one. Once this one is done, then we can have a better idea of the back that's going to be on here, because the front of the cathedral again goes really tall, so there's going to have to be detail on both sides of it. So it's good to know where the roof ends and then the front towers continue. So that's the reason we are working more on this section and not on the front yet. So with that, there's a good summary of what's going to be going on. With that, we'll go ahead and get working. Okay guys, coming back. As you kind of saw right before, I was trying to get a little bit of a time lapse in of what was going on, but the time lapse was ended a little bit quicker than I was planning on it, partially due to running out of some parts, and then also I realized I forgot to leave a space for the smaller windows, the ones that go in the little right on the edge. So I was accidentally just built a wall there, so I had to go, I realized what I was doing, so I stopped it, and after that I fix the walls just so there's room for the windows. So, and then I made the windows and put them in place, so you can see those windows there now. And so this side, I did this first before the time lapse. Also made the same mistake of forgetting to leave the space for the windows, but that was fixed. So I did this side first, based off the first flying buttress, which is, as you can see here, is different from the original prototype. I changed this section here, and I made it a little bit taller, just because this area right here with the top of the buttresses are in this side area. We have these windows. There's going to be, similar to this part right here, there'll be that little bit of the arch right there, and then there's going to be one of these roof sections above that, so it's going to be about this tall, kind of. And then so that'll bring us about to this height, or should be around there. So that's why I adjusted the heights a little bit. But then there's going to be another set of windows right here, and those will end, or the top of those windows will be basically level with the tops, or the roof sections, and then the roof goes on over up on these. So basically I just wanted to make sure there was enough room to make the windows tall enough, and then have them kind of level with the roofs here, so it would be more accurate. So that was kind of the reasons for the adjustment of the buttress. Other than that, there's a little bit of color variations, just because I didn't have enough of just the dark gray, but it looks good with either one, so that's why I kept going with it and didn't wait to order more parts for that. So I'm really happy with how the flying buttresses are turning out, and it's making it look really good. And so basically these sections are getting really close to being done. Just need to add the arch over it, and then the roof section, and then we'll have the main roof right here. So it's getting really close to being done on this area here. I ended up using sand gray, or sand green, as the roof color, mainly just because it's really, the color on the actual roof is kind of a difficult one to capture. It's kind of a sandy green, a whitish, a light gray. It's just a kind of a mixture of all those. So for this section I decided just to do the sand green. I did a little bit of gray for the spots that stick out. For the main roof, I'm thinking of doing a mixture of mainly sand green. I'll add some white and some light gray patches on there. The actual roof might actually be a kind of a lightish blue color, so it's probably most close to kind of the sand blue that Lego makes, or the light bluish gray. But the sand blue tiles, I don't really have the funds to purchase a ton of those, or I'm not sure where I could get a ton of those. So I already have a bunch of the sand green on hand. I have a bunch of the gray tiles. I still have some of the white ones from Castle. So those are the three that I'm going to use for the main roof. So that's the plan for that. And so this section is pretty close to getting done. As you saw in the time lapse, the other side did not get finished. I didn't get to the buttresses because I basically ran out of 1x2 like the basic 1x2 bricks that I was using. You can see a bunch of those here. So those basically ran out. I only have a few left. Not enough to finish the buttresses, maybe one. So I decided not to do that yet. There's also a few gaps, like this wall needs to be made. This little section needs to be made as well. But I guess that gives you a better view of this roof section. So I can show you guys that. I think it looks really nice. It turned out a lot better than I thought it would. These are kind of supposed to slope up into a point, but I could not figure out a good way to do that, so at least for now they're going to be like this. I might end up changing them later on, but this is what I came up with just to kind of represent, to make sure like it's representing that something sticks up there. But other than that, didn't get completely finished, so I'm going to order a bunch more parts for next segment so we can hopefully get these buttresses finished. I actually went to a Lego store this week and I got some more of the 2x2 bricks so I could work on some of those columns as well. And I'm gonna need some more stained glass just because I started running out of that as well. So it basically, next segment will probably depend on whatever comes in for the Bricklink orders that I send out. So it's kind of a wild card next segment, but I hope to be able to finish the buttresses, maybe get started on the columns as well, and then that will kind of get us ready to keep working on the main entrance. So with that, we run out of time and kind of parts for the segment, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.